believe that will be helpful to you, that will allow you to get a good night's sleep. As we mentioned earlier, that Michael Jackson died trying to just get a good night's sleep. And part of what we have to do in order to begin to do that is, number one of the things that this suggestion in this particular study by the University Counseling Services said, that 5 basic steps. Number one, don't oversleep. That it's very important that if you don't oversleep, you're deliberate about the time that you go to sleep and the time that you get up, and you work in the time. It also said that you have to set your own body clock. He said light helps to restart your body clock to its active daytime phase. So when you get up, go outside and get some light, but make sure you get up and start moving around and get some oxygen flowing through the brain. The other thing that can help you get a good night's sleep is exercise. Yes, when you work and use stretching as well as weightlifting and walking, all of those things are very good in terms of challenging the body and exercising the body, so that when night comes, you'll be able to go to sleep. Don't nap in the afternoon, as we said before, and set a scheduled time. Get a routine, a scheduled time that you're going to go to bed every night. That's so very important. One of the other things that I found that's very good for calming, when I find myself worrying about something, when I find myself concerned about something, I spend some time journaling, writing my thoughts down and expressing myself in writing. And the whole writing process, it calms me. I've just started deliberately doing that, writing down the things that I'm thinking about and some possible options, some possible ways of dealing with and addressing those things. And most Americans are concerned about housing. They're concerned about their jobs, they're concerned about their health, and they're concerned, and justifiably so, about our children. A friend of mine was telling me about her best friend. She was talking with her, and her nephews went into a computer store and bought an iPod and had an argument, and these two brothers, 15 and 16, and they came outside, took the argument outside of the computer store, and one shot the other and killed him over an iPod. Come on. You know, when you think about what's happening with so many kids and many people, many young people don't even value human life. You can lose some sleep about that. And a lot of things that people are not sleeping about and a lot of things that people are fearful of are justifiable without any question. I want to talk to Lynn. She's on line 1 in Orange County. Lynn says, my husband's snoring and my fear that he will die in his sleep is what keeps me up. Talk to us about that.
Hey, that's right, Les. Yeah, it's been going on for a long time now, primarily because his unwillingness to address it, either by losing weight, which would probably help, at least as a start, or
Yes.
going to a doctor and finding out if there's a real medical issue here.
You know, I used to snore and I suffered from sleep apnea and I was among the 95% that just could not use that machine. It drove me crazy. I did everything I could. I did the sleep study, and then I would carry and travel around the country with the sleep machine. However, I lost weight and I didn't need it anymore. And
there you go.
yes. Now, would he go to counseling with you?
Don't know.
Yeah. One of the things that might be important, Lynn, is that you've got to have a heart-to-heart talk with him that says, I want you to live.
Right.
Because if you ask most people, do you want to live, they will say yes. But here's what you got to ask him. I want you to live, but do you expect to live? The fact that you won't lose weight and every pound that you're overweight takes 6 months off your life. The fact that you're snoring, that's right, that you're snoring and you're obviously suffering from sleep apnea because of your obesity, and you could die in your sleep, and this is very common. I just want to know, do you expect to continue to make the choices that you're making, not exercising, not changing your eating habits, not going and get a medical checkup? Do you expect to be here?
Oh, that's a really good one.
Yeah, because see, it's one thing to say you want. Want shows up in conversation. Expectation shows up in behavior. And because I need to know where you are with this, because I love you, and if your goal is to leave here, then I need to start planning accordingly, because ultimately at the end of the day, it's your call, it's your choice, and I'm looking at your behavior, not what you say.
That's really true. I did get to a point where I decided I can't care about it more than he does.
Yeah.
Because it was putting too much stress on me.
And you end up dying before he dies.
Another room.
Say it again?
It was causing me to sleep in another room, and I finally said, if we're going to sleep in separate bedrooms, they're going to be in separate houses.
Yeah, because you got a roommate now. You don't have a husband.
Yeah, that's it.
And if he's sleeping and he's overweight and snoring in his sleep, that lack of sleep, let me share it with you. They have some studies that indicate that if you are not getting adequate sleep, a minimum of 6 to 8 hours, it can shave easily 10 to 15 years off of your life.
Yeah, I think he does sleep more than that. It's just not a good recuperative sleep.
Yeah, well, when you have sleep apnea, I was waking up 30 to 35 times in an hour trying to catch my breath. My kids would shake me and say, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. I said, what? They said, you would pause for a long time before your next sound, before you're snoring. And so I went and got it checked. And so I've lost a considerable amount of weight through just walking, and I changed my eating habits. I'm now a vegan, and I feel like a silly wabbit. When I pick up the telephone, it looks like a drumstick. I used to eat so much chicken, Lynn, until I would eat chicken until my ears got warm.
Well, you got to once in a while.
Yes, I know it, and I dream about meat every day. But here's what my affirmation is: nothing tastes as good as health feels.
Oh, that is true.
Yes, and I'm always making pledges to God. After the MRI today that I had, and they put me to sleep today because I fainted yesterday. The thing is that I said to God, I said, let me tell you something. I might call on you for something, but it won't be about my health. I'm going to exercise consistently. He said, you said that before. I'm going to continue to be disciplined in terms of my eating habits. He said, you said that before. And I'm going to do all the things I'm supposed to do. But this time I really mean it. And he said, you said that before too. But I'm at the stage of my life, Lynn, I'm serious. I'm going to keep my commitment to my commitment. And if you just work with your husband, because faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing, don't let it stress you out, because you got to say, I'm going to be here. I just want you to be here with me so we can enjoy this road together.
That's good. He hears me over and over and over.
Yes, and then tell him, just say, I love you, baby, I love you, and do various things that can help him feel good about yourself. Said, you're my big baby. Regardless, I'm here with you, but you're not leaving me. I'm going to do everything I can to keep you here as long as possible, because my life is better because you're here.
I like it.
Okay, use a positive approach, and because you don't want him to feel like he's undesirable because he's overweight and not taking care of himself. Just say, I'm doing this because I love you.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. All right, and love you too, Les.
Thank you. I appreciate you listening to the program. Thank you so much.
Keep it up.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, listen, what's keeping you up at night? Many times we can worry about people we care about, people that we love. When something's wrong with them, when it affects them, it affects us. And here's what various studies indicate: over the next year, all of us will experience some type of personal tragedy at least 3 times. Something is going to happen to you or someone you care about. That's the name of the game. And particularly as you're approaching 40, and between 40 and 60, that's when it really happens. That's when life really intensifies, and there are things that can keep you up at night where you can't get a good night's sleep because you're worried about them. You're concerned about people in your life that's being traumatized, that's going through some stuff, that needs some financial assistance, and needs some encouragement, that needs some help. And even if it's your children, they're grown, but they're still your children. They can bring you a lot of drama. Trust me on that. I know about that personally. I wish I'd had my grandchildren first. My name is Les Brown. We talk about what's keeping you up at night. The number to call for your conversation